Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99, the happy gamer here in House Flipper, and as you can see there's a new build in the game, Valentine items designed by our players. So these are the items that have been chosen from submissions from the players for Valentine's specials. So these items are currently in the game, so if you want to play around with any of these you'll need to do that before this festival ends. There's no end date for these items at the moment. They've also added new kitchen sets with upper kitchen cabinets. See, people have been asking for this for ages, having actual real kitchen cupboards and a new design of kitchen units. So we'll have to think about maybe using those. And there's also, if we can scroll a little bit further, new bathroom sets with mountable sinks. Yeah, look, we've got some new things. Look, we've got, well look, they've got like drawers under these too, and a cupboard here. Oh, so look, lots of new items for the bathroom as well, and new desks too. So lots and lots of new items for us to play around with. So we'll take a look at that and see what we can do with it, yeah? And soon we'll be able to win various trophies. That sounds like that's not in yet, but will be in later. Norwegian language update, so people from Norway will be very happy. You can play the game now in your own language, and there's a few small fixes and improvements. Removed price inflation and a few other sorted out. So we've removed a Christmas bot, which was scrolling the shop view back to the top if the player was naughty last year. Oh, very witty, very witty. So let's go in the game and see what we can see about these new items. So we're starting a new house today, so we'll go in and we'll try and use some of these new items in our new house, and we'll try and take a look at what is new while we're doing that. So here we are at our office, so let's get in there and take a look at the next house that is on offer. Oh, we're going to buy today. What are we going to buy today? Here we go. So we have done all of the ones in the top row. Which means the next one on our list is the Camping Bungalow at £25,000. Let's take a look. A small house with a plot of land for renovation but fully equipped. Number of floors, 1. Let's take a look inside. Oh, that definitely needs a bit of love and care, does it not? Oh, it needs cleaning on the outside as well. Probably we could use a paint as well, I think, on the outside there. That is definitely not a nice kitchen. We definitely want to use one of those nice new kitchens, don't we? And oh dear, that bathroom is a real mess. We definitely have to rescue this poor little house. So Camping Bungalow, that would suggest it's kind of more like a holiday home. So it'll be quite small. Oh, look at the dirt. It's dirty. Hello street. What we got in this street? Just so you can see the variation in the streets. They all seem to have a car down the end here. Hey, there's garbage outside. Oh, is that garbage or is that a stone? Oh, it's a stone. Do you know what it looked like? A garbage bag from back here. Oh, poor thing. Like, oh, it's a sad little dirty little house. Poor little house. Yes, it's definitely going to need a paint on the outside, I think. I really don't like this sort of siding finish on the outside of the house. I prefer the painted finish. And I definitely don't, sort of a bluey grey colour. It's more sort of grey than blue, so no, I'm not fond of that. So let's have a little clean up at the outside here, just so you can see how much garbage there is before we start. So satisfying getting rid of all the rubbish. Bye bye rubbish. Bye bye. Bye. I don't think there's any more rubbish around the outside. Shall we have a clean on the outside before we go in? I think we should. I think we're going to have to buy a new door. That just looks a bit grubby, doesn't it? Clean the steps. Get all that grubby grub off. Get rid of the grubby grub. Clean it up, kitty. Get it. Why is that not cleaning? Clean, please. Thank you. Scrub up the grubby at the bottom. Let's clean the bottom. Round the windows. Clean round the windows. There's always some dirt around the edges of the windows and right at the bottom and right at the top of the walls. That's where they tend to like to put it. Grubby, scrubby, scrub. Scrubby, scrub all the grubby grub. See, it looks 10 times better already. I mean, look at the difference. Let's go back. Look at the difference from when we arrived. Isn't that crazy how much difference it makes just to do a little tiny bit of cleaning? I still don't like this sort of bluey grey colour though. What colours have we been painting the houses on the outside before? What have we not tried yet? What shall we try today? What colour shall we paint on the outside? See, if it's supposed to be sort of a holiday type cabin, I kind of like the idea of something bright like a yellow, but that might just be too much. What else is a nice colour for a... You want a colour that's not going to upset anybody, don't you? Especially if you're thinking about letting it out to people. So you want something fairly mundane, though I also want it to stand out a little bit. We'll have to give that a bit of thought. Right, let's grab the cell tool. I think we're going to get rid of that. Oh, no! Don't want the hammer. I want to sell the... I think my trackball might be feeling a little bit squishy. Ooh, let's have a look before we get rid. Ooh. That doesn't look good, does it? Look at that. Oh, look at this. If you wanted a little holiday let place and you paid for a holiday and you turned up and this is what the place looked like, you'd have a dicky fit. You'd be like, I can't believe you think that anybody would be willing to stay in a place that dirty. I want my money back and I want a different place. And gosh, can you imagine? So grubby. Yeah, we definitely have to sell everything. Contaminated. I feel contaminated. No, bye-bye. Bye-bye everything. Bye-bye. What's that? Ooh, sell that. Bye-bye everything. Bye-bye door. Bye-bye door. Let's look how bad this... Oh, so this is like a kitchen. Right, so they've had... This is the kitchen. This is the living room and bedroom. And then this must be the... grubby little broken bathroom. Look at that, the broken mirror. Broken mirror. I don't want 7 years of bad luck. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I don't want 7 years of bad luck. Sell everything. Sell everything. Sell everything. It's contaminated. Right. Have we sold everything? Bye-bye everything. I will think that the talking heads on the side of the screen, the potential buyer guys and girls, and maybe couples, yes, there are both boys and girls and couples, I would imagine that all of those guys over there are, as prospective purchasers or renters, have now decided that this looks a lot better than when we started, because that was horribly grubby and icky, wasn't it? Oh look, we didn't sell the lamps. I don't understand why they put 2 lamps like that. That just seems odd to me, to put 2 lamps like that. Right, let's have a quick clean around the tops of the walls, because that's usually one of the worst places. Round the edges of the windows is always a good place, and the floor. That's where they tend to put most of the dirt. And of course we need to clean the actual windows. So make... Look at that. Clean bit, not clean bit. If you live in a house with windows this dirty, you should be ashamed of yourself. Let's sort that out. Whee! Squidgy mop round the windows. Squidgy mop to the rescue. Here we are. Clean window. Right. Now they had this as the kitchen. I'm thinking it might be better to have a bedroom separate. I wonder if is that big enough though? It's not written. I doubt that that's big enough to put in a double bed though. And we definitely have at least one couple, so I'm thinking a double bed is probably... The bathroom seems a lot bigger than... Bathroom to me seems really big, and the bedroom area, well, it's not a bedroom area, is it? Because they had it as a separate kitchen, didn't they? Let's have a look. Which is bigger, the bathroom or the bedroom area, or is it deceptive and they are both the same? I wonder if it is deceptive and they're both the same. Right, so this room is 7 metres squared, because it says it in the corner just under the map. So this is 7 metres squared. And the room at the back is 7 metres squared, so they're both exactly the same. Can we fit a double bed in here? Can we? So if we look for furniture, beds, double bed, that's far too big, isn't it, to fit? That's far too big. Are any of the beds smaller? Is there a double bed that's smaller? If I type double bed and look if we can see anything that's smaller, because we have got a couple, and I would have kind of liked to have a. I think any of these might be smaller. How about this one? Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to rotate, please. That might just fit, but it would be a little bit close, wouldn't it? There's not much space at the sides of the... Ew, that's quite sad, that, because I think it would have been really nice to have a double bed. We definitely couldn't fit a double bed in here. I wonder. We can't really move the wall very far forward. We'd only be able to move it like 2 blocks, because that would put the window right, and if we moved it 2, that would put the window right next to the wall, which wouldn't look very good. We can move the doorway to the side. See, that doorway is 1 block away, so we could move the door. So make the door spaces mirror each other. Actually, 1 more, yeah. I think it's 1 away from, yeah, so it's 1 block away from where the windows are on that side, so we can mirror the 2 doorways so that they're in the same position at either side. So we need to take this lintel space down so we can add extra walling back in. Right, that's cleared it, hasn't it? Right, so we want lintel, so we want 4 for a door. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want wall. Pack 1. That's right. And then we want, oops, 1. No. Come back to the, there. Now, did I do that? Oh, No, look, I've had to put an extra one in behind. We're going to have to knock that down again. I knew that had gone wrong. I just felt that had gone wrong. We have to have at least one mistake though, don't we? Otherwise it wouldn't be kitty video. It will be a bit of a tight fit to put in a double bed though. It would be a tight fit to fit in a double bed in there though. That's we can't really move the wall. We can't move this wall further this way because of where the windows are. And we can't move it this way, the division wall. We can't move it this way because, again, where the windows are. Interesting, huh? Right, I think we should work with the floors first. Floor. Panel. I think we will want some flooring. I'm so tempted to use the really pale floor, but I think that might be too much, and to put carpet everywhere would be too much because it's such a small house and it kind of is like a caravan-y, bungalow-y type area. I think a slightly paler colour, brown floor, will just make the place a lot brighter because the darkness of the floor that's actually not changing the colour very much at all, is it? I actually thought that was going to be a paler brown, but it isn't, which means these are going to be much darker. And this, I think, might just be that bit too bright. That's very bright. I wish there was a paler brown floor because that now feels a bit too bright to me. But then I want it to be cheerful and bright because it's supposed to be sort of like a holiday let. Right, we want some tiled floor for the bathroom. What should we? I'm tempted to do something bright and crazy, like the orange. Right, now for the walls we're definitely going to not want something that bright. Walls. Tiles. Bathroom tiles. I want something that's going to look nice with how about the sepia tiles? That might be quite a nice contrast to the orange. If the orange is too bright, we can always change it later, but I'm tempted to make it very cheery, bright and holiday, because with the idea of it, a camping bungalow just is holiday, bright, sunshiny, cheery, mellow, relaxing days, hot relaxing days. So I kind of want the colour palette of the place to feel a bit like that, the summer hot relaxing days. That's kind of what I want it to feel like. So the bright orange floor tiles actually just seems to hit the nail on the head for that sort of feeling. I know it's a little bright, but whenever all the fixtures and fittings are in and the walls are going to be a paler colour, I think it might not be too overpowering. Let's pop in a few more of these. How's that looking? That might work, actually. That might work. So we're going to need more of the tiles. We're definitely going to need at least 2 more stacks of the tiles to keep fitting the tiles on. And then I'm tempted to make the house yellow by painting the walls outside the house, the outside area of the house, well, maybe not totally over the top bright yellow, maybe a pale yellow, sort of a soft yellow, sort of a spring chicken, sort of baby fluffy chick colour maybe, or maybe not that bright. We'll see what colour the yellows are, and perhaps we will do the outside of the house a paler yellow. I keep being tempted to say sunflower yellow or a baby chick yellow, but they're actually quite bright yellows. I think they may be a little bit too over the top for the whole of the outside of the house. But I want it to feel like a bright summer day. When you look at the house, that's the feeling I want it to give you. We're going to want a few more tiles around here. We might have to buy another stack, especially since we've got a couple of windows to fit around, because it takes a whole stack, even if you undo the little bits above the windows and the little bits in the side of the windows, it takes a whole stack to do it. So I think we might need an extra one after this one, so it'll be 4 different stacks of the tiles, I think, to complete this bathroom. And it's starting to come together, I think. It's starting to look a lot better. Those chipped green and white tiles just, I don't know, it's a little bit sickly green. Is that a good word for it? And with the chips on them and the dark bits here and there, it just is that little bit too much, I think. Yep, we're definitely going to want more. Buy now. Let's just buy 1 stack, because I'm not quite sure how many more we're going to need now. Tiling, please. Inside of the window. Just above the window, and then there's just the one wall by the door, I think. Nearly done. A little bit difficult to position on those little bits just above the window, because it's oh yes, where the windows are, there's that little sliver there that bugs me if I don't fill it in, but it takes an entire stack to just fill that tiny bit in. And by doing that, I might have to buy another stack of the tiles just to finish it off. We're nearly there though on this, aren't we? Nearly there. Just a few more. I think we might have to buy more. Don't tell me we're only going to be a couple of stacks missing. No, how close? Oh, look, 2 strips. 2 strips short. If I hadn't done the little bit at the side of the window, we'd have finished it. Okay, we'll buy 1 more. And we will do that there. Like that. Oops, no. Oh no, what did I just do? No. Tiling. Finish it, kitty. That's the last one. Right, now are we going to want to use... Are we going to use those tiles again for the... No, we won't. I was just going to say, if we're going to put in a kitchen, maybe we should put the kitchen along this wall here, and then we would want to tile it. But I don't think we want to use the same colour that we've used in here, do we? I think we want to use something different. So I think what we need to do now is think about painting the outside of the house. I think we're going to need... Oh, I'm going to need to clean these windows as well. I've cleaned the windows in the bathroom and the windows in the back where I'm hoping to make the bedroom, but I haven't cleaned the windows in this main living room area, so I need to remember to do that. So now we want paint for the walls. Now I'm thinking maybe light cream is always a simple one and a best one to maybe think about when you're thinking about selling an actual house. Oh look, faded lemon. That's a very soft yellow, so that is a possibility. See, this sunny orange is going to be a little bit too overpowering, but the morning yellow might work. If the colour swatch is correct, that morning yellow might be quite good. Sand almond, it's not really yellow, is it? Sunny yellow, that again is possibly going to be that little bit too bright. Coffee with milk, that'll be too brown. I think that might be all of the yellows, yes. So The best two options, I think, are the sunny yellow, but that could be too much. So maybe the morning yellow. Let's have a look. What colour is that? Ooh, let's see. Let's try painting a little bit and see how bright that's going to be. Now let's stand back. That might work. I think anything brighter than that is going to be far too bright, but if you look at the colour swatch in the buy pane and then you actually look at the paint, I always think the colours are a little bit brighter in reality than they are on the colour swatches, so always be careful when you're picking a colour. The colours are always a little bit more overpowering than they appear to be in that colour swatch. Yep, I think that that's going to work, so I will continue painting this off camera. So once we come back in the next episode, you'll see it all finished on the outside. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. From Soft Kitty 99 the Happy Gamer, goodbye and happy gaming!